Yesterday, you repeatedly blamed the Trump administration for what we're seeing at the southern border, but the record crossings have been happening under President Biden. One migrant we interviewed yesterday thanks the president for keeping the border open. So I just want to confirm the way that this administration sees it, ending Remain in Mexico or Title 42 had nothing to do with the surge that we're seeing.
So let me just step back for a second and lay out what we have done. What about the record
crossing number? I mean, you're reading off, expulsions and things like that because all these people are coming over.
Yes, and they're also being encountered.
Can respond to Ron DeSantis. He said it was essentially no different than what the federal government has done in sending, flights in the middle of the night. That's the way he's characterized it, taking migrants to various different states. Do you have a response to that?
So we are offering solutions. That's what the Biden-Harris administration has been doing since day one. Stunts aren't solutions here. Stunts aren't policies. We're over here trying to govern, trying to actually fix a system that has been broken for some time, trying to fix a system that was decimated by the last administration. And all migrants were reportedly misled about where they were headed. Told they would be headed to Boston, misled about what they would be provided when they arrived, promised shelter, refuge, benefits, and more. These are the kinds of tactics we see from smugglers in places like Mexico and Guatemala.
ABC has a team right now in El Paso where local officials say there's 1,300 migrants arriving every day. We're seeing that people are sleeping on the streets because there are no beds left for people when they arrive. There's not enough buses to take them into other cities that might have capacity for them. Is that acceptable? And is there something the administration can be doing right now in a place like El Paso?
So I'll tell you exactly what the Department of Homeland Security has been doing. They've been surging resources to the region and working to quickly decompress the area. This administration had made sure that we got more immigration judges so that we can move these processes a little faster. Also at this current time.
White House officials been in touch with the mayor there to talk about what he needs immediately. And can FEMA provide buses to move migrants to places elsewhere where they might have contacts, family members?
So that piece, I would refer you to the Department of Homeland Security and also FEMA.
Why would the president turn down a DHS plan then to move migrants to the northern border to relieve some of the crowding at the southern border?
I was just asked about this question. That's been already asked and answered.
He hasn't
I literally just answered that question.
I didn't understand what your answer was. Did he turn down a plan or?
When this is over, you can look at the transcript and take a look.
So you won't clarify?
I literally, Jackie, I just answered that question.
So do you think then that the system that you have in place is working?
What we are asking for Congress to act. They should help us and work with us in finding solutions, and they are not. Dealing with a broken system.
Is that an acknowledgement that
I just answered your question. We're moving on. Go ahead.
Is the administration considering moving some of these migrants from these border communities to other parts of the country to relieve some of the crowding that we've seen on the border?
So there's always conversations happening about how to deal with changing circumstances at the border and improve border processing systems. I don't have any new policies to preview from here. We got to remember this immigration system was also decimated and gutted by this last administration.
The House plans any legal responses for the state sending migrants on buses? And secondly, if there's plans to reimburse those cities or provide funding for how they're handling that?
So on your first question, it's basically we're referring, I was asked a question like this yesterday, as far as how we're supporting cities. So, as we've done many times in response to repeated attempts by these Republican officials to create chaos and confusion at the border, we are working to manage the consequences of including this latest political charade that we're seeing. So FEMA regional administrators have been meeting with city officials on site to coordinate available federal support from FEMA and other federal agencies. Funding is also available through FEMA's emergency food and shelter program to eligible local governments and non-for-profit organizations upon